What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with a love and marriage Huntsville extra, honey. We got Mr. Maurice Scott, Mr. Sprite Bottle, honey, is what Miss Robinson called him. Okay, at this juncture. Okay, shout out to Kimmy. The people is dragging him, honey, and you know what? It really took me, you guys, to go back and listen for a second time of the interview he did with Carlos, where he talked about how Kimmy, while she had cancer, would just roll over and, let him get the sex like that. And I was like, what in the struggle marriage is going on? Like, I thought slavery was over. Okay, say it ain't so. I told y'all. Okay, these niggas on this show want a slave. They don't want a wife. They don't want you as a partner. Now, he know damn well he could have put on some porno. Okay, he could have put on a porno and jacked off. What the hell? What is wrong with you? Then he all up in the interview. I got needs. We all got needs. But hell, when your wife got cancer, you don't need sex, nigga. You don't need it like that. What is wrong with you? Mellow yellow? What is wrong with you? Out here making all the light-skinned niggas look bad. Okay. Shame. Sad case, honey. Shout out to Aunt Leola. Okay. Child, my eye is over here twitching. But yeah, he's an attorney, right? And he lacks self-awareness. That means he doesn't even see how stupid he sounds. You got Dennis out here now wanting to fight him. Okay, Dennis was like, this guy is disgusting. And he goes back and forth with Dennis in a playful way. I'm talking about Maurice, because he thinks it's funny. It's not funny. Like, people are dragging you because they are disgusted by your deplorable behavior. You're selfish. This is before Kimmy even got diagnosed with cancer. You was talking about having sex twice a day. No. Why do you need it like that? Okay, like twice a day, and that woman works full time? Are you crazy? And what happened to sex being enjoyable for women too? This is what I told some of y'all. They don't like it when you enjoy sex. You're a whore then. Okay? You're a whore. Sex should not be something where, I gotta satisfy my man. No, you going to get some satisfaction your damn self. Okay, it gives you a relief, a release, and but sex is not for, in my opinion, when your wife or husband, they got cancer, and I get it, you human, but that's what porn is for. Go on and watch that. Okay, go on and get you a toy. Go on and get you a cootie cat that you can plug in and play with, nigga. That's what you do. What is wrong with you? Okay, who is this man's parents? Okay, child. Let me play that clip, guys. But yeah, when I watched it again, I was like, oh, this is bad. And they just dragging, honey. And guess what? Miss Robinson here for it. Okay, got your ass, Mr. Postman. They got you, Mellow Yellow. Okay. What type of arguing, honey, you the attorney, what you gonna do to get up out of it? That's what I want to know. But yeah, Dennis, Portia's ex, honey, he ready to tell Mellow Yellow to, put your dukes up. Okay? It's disgusting. Oh.
I'll say, because this is very difficult, right? There's a difference between wants and needs, all right? And I'm a person who actually needs sex, not a person who wants sex. Now, at times I want it, but I actually need it.
Well, then you need to be hiring a damn hooker, okay? And you don't need to be married. the way he speaks, and I'm going to say this really quickly, you guys, and I'm going to let it play, okay? Because I can feel y'all rolling your eyes and sucking your teeth. I'm going to let it play. But pay attention to how your man speaks. If he's speaking in a very self-centered, selfish, narcissistic, toxic way, that's really who he is. Okay? Before I have ever gotten rid of a man, it always was like his tone and his communication to me is what I noticed first. Okay? Just how he felt about things. His ideas about marriage and relationships. If he is talking in a way that only serves him, then you know what you're dealing with and you know what you need to do.
So life throws us curveballs like what we're going through right now. And what Kimmy is doing is admirable as a spouse. To roll over and suffer through it, I was hoping it wouldn't be a suffering, a suffering woman, but she rolls over and suffers through it, fakes it, all for me. Because
let's get a moment of silence for this clown. This Maurice, this the one that we had hope for on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay? This Martin Luther King. Remember season 1? We was like, yeah, he's the best husband on here. Lies. Okay? I knew though he wasn't about shit when he thought that it was okay to be around Martell and Ariane. Like, that is so telling. When he said that, and he probably did some other stuff too, but I really paid attention to that. And I'm noticing how he wants to triangulate Kimmi and Kiowa. That's another bad trait, you guys, to look out for with these men. It'll show you the man is narcissistic. He's selfish. Okay?
At that moment, it's something that she completely didn't desire. Right? And I kind of look at it as if, and this is, all jokes aside, I look at it as her standing by me while I'm standing by her.
Look at how Carlos, nigga. Carlos is like, huh? But Carlos, you keep putting these toxic niggas on these shows. So, hell, it looks intentional. And I watched Love and Marriage Detroit. I was like, oh, it look like I'm going to be dragging some more. I'm not reviewing it, you guys, as of right now. I want to give the show some time to grow some legs. So I may do some shorts on it, but raggedy. Just raggedy. I think it's maybe one out that bunch I may care for, but yeah, that light-skinned guy on Love and Marriage Detroit, raggedy. And they are her, what's her name? Christina and the light-skinned dude. They the Mel and Martell. She got to worry about if he cheating. Girl, that's slavery shit. If you are with a man and you got to keep calling him, and then when you do call him, he getting an attitude with you, the way he was talking to her, you guys, the damn marriage would have been over if it were me. You don't talk to me like that. Are you cheating? Like, why are you talking to your wife like that? She, she felt and looked so taken aback by how he was talking to her. I was like, what? He getting smart, being dismissive. Yeah, I gotta work outside the house, and he better be paying all the bills, girl. And she a damn fool catching up with him and, calling him. I would be running them bills up. Pay that, nigga. Go on and do that. You gotta get busy with your life and stop waiting for your man to give you permission to do that. That's another problem I see on these love and marriage shows. They're like waiting to get the man's permission. No. But yeah, Carlos is looking at Maurice like, dude, did you just really say that? And then he says all of this. Yeah, and I would hope she doesn't have to suffer. Hell, she's already suffering from the cancer, nigga. Okay? Like, are you crazy? He's crazy. And he's unaware of how foolish and neglectful and that he sounds. Is this a woman you love or a woman you hate? Y'all need to work on how y'all love y'all women, y'all wives. Okay? Y'all need to work on that. This is horrible.
So, as difficult as it may seem, we should all feel that we would be better people and say, oh, no, I don't want or need sex for however long it takes for you to recover. But we then live in reality where that's not true.
I want to ask you this. So when you say you need sex, not want it, you need it. Obviously, there's things we need. We need oxygen. We need water. We need, there's certain things we need.
He doesn't need sex. He's so unrealistic with his expectations. What have I been telling you all? These men be having unrealistic expectations on who you should be as a wife, what you should do for them as a wife. That's why I always tell y'all, don't overly sacrifice yourself. If somebody's looking out for you, then by all means, look out for them. But why would you put yourself in a marriage where it's clearly one-sided, Kimmi? And Kimmi, in my opinion, was one of those ones that felt like she had the best man of all. No, girl, it took a health diagnosis to let you know that you was living in a fairy tale land. Okay, you are living in an alternate universe, thinking that way. I told y'all, her and Tisha, they live vicariously through Mel and Martell and the side chick. They felt like that was so horrible, and it was, don't get me wrong, but y'all shit is fucked up too. Y'all just don't know it. You lack awareness. You lack honesty and transparency. And we all can see it. Nobody's marriage is perfect. I don't expect that. And I'm going to say this. I love Married to Medicine. When the hell Married to Medicine coming back? I like that show. I like some of those marriages. But yeah, like even on a show like that, the men, I would hope, wouldn't treat their wives like the way that Maurice and Marceau and Martell have treated theirs. It's horrible. So, yeah, on Married to Medicine, the men, to me, they apologize, except for Scott. You can add Scott, Contessa's husband, to the ain't shit crew, too. He need to go on one of them shows. The way he exposed himself as a narcissist, the way he gaslit Contessa and had her go up against Heavenly, and then Contessa, the dummy she is, had a battery in her back and tried to turn against Heavenly because Heavenly spoke out against her trifling marriage. Okay, you the one that told Heavenly that your man wasn't about shit. And guess what? We all got to see it. Season 8, Contessa. But season 9, Contessa blames Heavenly after she makes up with Scott. And now he's back to his so-called regular behavior. I was like, ooh, child. Scott is horrible. You can add him right along with these men. It's horrible. And Carlos is looking at him like, nigga, you don't really need what you are saying you need. And he didn't get anything out of the therapy session with Dr. Francis. Carlos, you need to be putting Dr. Francis on this show. I'm seriously he need to be on Detroit. He need to be on DC. He damn sure need to stay in Huntsville. Put him on there.
Need in order to be able to live a healthy life. So your need for sex, talk to me about that. Like, why is it a need? Because when you need something and you're without it, you're going to suffer health-wise, right? We need things, we need vitamins, we need all those things.
He needs to be more disciplined. He needs to be more selfless. Okay? He's not making the sacrifices as a man that you are supposed to make in a marriage. He doesn't want to raise his son. He feels like Kimmi is supposed to do that. He wants to look good on paper. You got to watch out for people like that because they are not genuine. Okay? I told y'all he is Maurice, it sounds good, Scott. That's why Melody got down to that reunion and said this nigga is Martin Luther King, because he's always talking like he says the right things, right? But you gotta really pay attention to him. He really showed his ass on this interview. Okay? And he thinks it's funny. He's clapping back at people. He's smiling and laughing, but it's really sad. And Kimmy girl, you need an intervention on what you go do next. Not about your health, but about this marriage. Because you keep going for this nigga. You keep going with him. I would hate to see what happens next. This is crazy. This type of behavior, you guys, is killing us as black women. It is. You are better off without a man if he can't be a partner to you. You're better off by yourself. Period. This is ridiculous. And he's smiling.
Why do you need sex?
I need sex like Carlos needs mess.
Girl!
So he says, I need sex like Carlos needs mess. Now, Carlos do need his mess, but that's a part of his career. Right? You don't have to be that way to your wife. You don't have to be. You don't have to be that way. Okay, so we got work, win, celebrate. That's Dennis, Portia's baby daddy. He says to Maurice, I want to fight him, tag him. Miami Reese. They're on social media, you guys talking. He tags at work, win, celebrate. Okay. Like, people are asking questions. How are you even finding pleasure while she's suffering? Exactly. Does this man have any children? Hope he never has a daughter because this is sick. He sounds like a predator. You even had Delicious. Y'all remember from Flavor of Love? She was like making comments and stuff too. Another person says a perfect example of men having no self-control, no dick discipline, and no empathy. You mean to tell me that you can't cut back on your sexual urges to make your wife just a little bit more comfortable while she's battling cancer? And then, Dennis, I gotta remember you cheated on Portia while she was pregnant. You ain't no better. And I told y'all I actually kind of like Dennis a little bit, right? I did. From what we saw on Portia's little family show. But yeah, all that cheating on your woman while she pregnant, that's out of here. That's not good either. Shit. And I had to remember that. All of that type of stuff, you guys, is abuse. People are saying that it's spousal, rape. Another person says, I thought his brother was a piece of work, but this right here, ooh. And to justify it on a live stream to the world, I'm just trying to rationalize this. There is no rationalizing it. Who raised these men? Yeah, where's the mother at? Where is y'all mother at this point? Where is your father? I think we seen him on the show, but I want to see them on the reunion. We need to sit and talk about how these fools grew up. Okay? We need to sit and have a little chat about how these men then grew up, because this is crazy. Let's see what the people are saying about this, you guys. So, one person says, finally, a man has spoke up about this BS with women on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Go off, Dennis. Another person says Maurice is draining Kimmi just like a demonic entity would. Kimmi isn't a child. She knows better. She knows who he is and she's sticking by him. It's not right that Maurice is treating her like this, but Kimmi is allowing it. Kimmi lacks self-awareness too. Kimmi don't want to look in the mirror. I told y'all, her and Tisha was very comfortable, like judging the Martell and Ariane situation. They felt very good on their little benches with their husbands, or lack thereof, judging Melody, Martell, and Ariane, but look at what's in their household. You got Tisha being put up out of her office. Her man can't get up to say a few kind words, take her to Africa, renew his vows. He wants to live separate for a while, okay, from her to get the house finished. Okay, why do you need to keep being away from your wife, nigga? Okay? Why? Another person says Kimmy will be down to the reunion defending Maurice harder than he defends himself and claiming he misspoke. Yeah. Probably even saying she enjoys pleasing him, even while going through chemo and downplaying the issues with Maurice Jr. by blaming the boy's mother. She stays defending trash men. Yeah, she defends Martell, so I don't feel the least bit sorry for her. Sorry, not sorry. Another person says Carlos is trying to pretend he has some loyalty to the folks from Michigan. He's just catering to those men out of lust. Another person says Kimmy has got to be so embarrassed. Another person says Carlos keeps protecting all the abusive men on the show. I don't want to just call it out for this show. It seems to be kind of like a theme on like Bell Collective. I love Carlos as producer. I think he's wonderful at what he does. But we need more healthy black representation of marriages. TV is very influential. You heard so many times people say that they wanted to go to college because of Different World. These type of shows, like this whole love and marriage franchise, it just makes you not want to get married. It makes you feel like you're going to be a single married person. That's what it looks like. He needs to kind of make it more. I know they can't redo Married to Medicine, but like I'm pretty sure we could find some other people that are respectful to their wives to be on these type of shows, because I'm so sick of seeing these trashy ass men. Okay, I'm just sick of it, you guys. Another person says Maurice deserves all the smoke. Another person says Kimmy gotta want to leave, just like they told Mel she knew and stuck around. Kimmy dated him for 7 years and said he was everything he has been displaying in season 1. All Kimmy does is protect him, and she will be defending him. So God bless her as she continues to be his maid and sex doll. I'm going to say this, just because you marry a man and you forgive him, that don't mean that you want bad treatment. That don't mean that you deserve bad treatment. And it's unfortunate, but I'm just against, I'm against people trashing women, right, that give their husbands like a second chance. I'm not saying about the cheating, but just any mistake that they may have made. Like, they wanted to work out with their husbands. That's why they married the man. Y'all got to keep the blame on the man. He's the one taking the woman for granted. Melody didn't know that man was going to cheat all them times. And I agree she shouldn't have stayed, but it's easier said than done, right? She didn't know she was going to be on, connected to this man and experience, a trauma bond, and you can't break up with him, and you feel like you're abandoning your family if you move on from the marriage, and it's a lot. It's a lot, you guys, that goes along with that. And I don't feel like a man has the right, because he's married to you, to keep testing your boundaries. That in itself is disrespect. That in itself is abuse. So a wife goes through something with her man, gives him another chance, or, y'all have y'all differences and, maybe don't work them out the proper way. You give your man a chance. He has the right to keep abusing you and disrespecting you. No, these men need to be called out for doing that too. That's wrong. Your woman is forgiving you because she loves you. She wants the family to work. She wants you to be her husband. And it's like y'all take it for granted though. Does anybody understand where I'm coming from? Because let's be real, people mess up in relationships. I'm not just talking about cheating, because I feel like people are obsessed with that. But people make mistakes. Women make mistakes. Men, make mistakes. But I don't feel like that gives you license because you are married to somebody or in a long-term commitment to them to keep testing them. Let me do this. Let me do that. Oh, let me do that. That's abuse. I don't give a damn what these male black dating coaches say. Because it mainly be them. These male black dating coaches, yeah, you got to test your woman and no. Abuse, nigga. Abuse. Abort mission. Don't land the plane, nigga. Stay in the air. Don't land the plane. Okay? I don't like that type of talk. I don't. Put it in the comments, guys, if you get where I'm coming from. But like this need for the wife or the girlfriend to constantly prove herself to be a good woman, and you keep like taking her for granted after, that's not right. It's abuse. Another person says Dennis has a daughter himself, so I know he wouldn't ever want his daughter to encounter a man like Maurice when she becomes of age. Kudos to him speaking out against Maurice. Yeah, that's good that he spoke out, but shit, we forgot that you cheated on Portia while she was pregnant, and you got to talk about how you was alone, and then the behavior, it never stopped. It never stopped. I hope Dennis learned from that, you guys. I really do. And y'all know I ain't no Portia fan no more at all. But I'm just not with abusing women when they are vulnerable, when they have a disease or they're pregnant, or like, where is the honor? Okay, where is the decorum? Where is the ethics? Another person says Kimmi should now understand how Mel feels when she isn't being protected as a woman. Kimmi, this can't be the life that you want to live. I think Kimmi could just do so much better. Really. Like, get you somebody that's more down to earth, that don't got their head in the clouds. Somebody that don't want or need a damn slave. Another person says Maurice is only with Kimmi because of the money. Another person says, if Kimmi takes up for him at the reunion, I'm putting her with Tisha because Negro, please. Nigga, please. That's what the people are saying. Okay? Don't make a... Don't pull a Kendra, honey. Just seal. Okay? Another person says, Dennis can do the same with Martell. Maurice is demonic and needs psychological help. Do they mean Dennis is the same as Martell? I don't get that evilness from Dennis. I don't like the cheating he did. I'm not here to defend it, but I don't know. I didn't see him like... We got to learn, honey, that Portia was crazy, okay? When she had that damn reality show with her and Simon and her family. I got to see Portia for who she really was. Because remember, she pulled a whole bunch of bullshiggity with Dennis and his mother and didn't even apologize. Just started being nice. No, ma'am, you out of order. You gotta apologize. Okay? Like, for real. I don't like that. Another person saying that Dennis is a nice guy. See, a lot of people, they like Dennis. They like him. He's more, likable. But I hope he has worked on his cheating too, because I'm not with that either. Another person says, out of all the people to respond to, he responded to Dennis. They're talking about Maurice, signifying he's willing to fight over his sadistic beliefs. Yeah, they talking about boxing and putting up 20K and all this bullshiggity. No, y'all need to be having instead of fighting, instead of being physical about it, y'all need to, as black men, get with Hill Harper. Okay, get with Denzel Washington. Okay, another good black man. He a good man, Savannah. Who else I respect? Barack Obama. Okay. get with, you know, some good men and some good black men, and y'all need to educate men like Maurice. I'm serious. This needs a intervention. That's what needs to happen. Another person says marriage doesn't give him complete autonomy over his wife's body. You better say it. Another person is saying Kimmi is embarrassing at this point. She needs to love herself. Another person says, I'm sure Kimmi is horrified by all of this. Carlos isn't going to speak on it. He will just address things at the reunion. I saw Carlos's face, and I just hope, because he even was making faces at Maurice. He even kept reiterating like certain questions and probing. So Carlos knows that Maurice was wrong. I don't know why the hell he didn't call him out. Okay? But he know that bullshiggity. Because one thing with your face is you can't hide your facial expressions. Okay? You can't hide your facial expressions. Another person says it's very telling of the mentality and detachment of Maurice and his mammy to be so unaware of this behavior. I told y'all it's an unawareness. Being abusive and emotionally negligent to Kimmi. I pray Kimmi wakes up soon and continues to heal and allows Great Spirit to bring her a mate that will cherish her and respect her as a whole beautiful being. Yeah. I pray Kimmi finds somebody better too. I wouldn't wish Maurice on my worst enemy. Another person says Kimmi needs to divorce Maurice. He is using her. It's just really sick. Somebody said Simon said that he wanted to fight Maurice, who Portia's husband. He need to fight himself. I don't want these niggas. They ain't no good either though. So shit. Not Simon, honey. They talking about it was Dennis. You got people arguing over that. Yeah, like y'all need to be schooled too. Like I told y'all, I like Dennis more than Simon because I don't, you know, not here for what he did to Portia. That's abuse too, but hopefully he's learned and grown from it. And Dennis just seems likable. Can I get a chili dog, Dennis? Okay, a Chicago dog or something. A little something. Okay, y'all, we got another person that is saying some stuff about Kimmi. The person says, well, if Kimmi was indeed the side chick, she deserves everything she gets, bowing down, putting yourself, your needs, and your thoughts on the back burner and dumbing yourself down to make yourself the type of woman that Maurice wants was her putting the nail in her own coffin. She wanted him knowing that he was a sexual deviant. She sexed him 3 times a day for years before the cancer. Let's not pretend that she didn't allow this to be the norm in their relationship than marriage. He's crazy, but she's even crazier than him for being with him. These Scotts got dumb wives and they all cheat on their wives regardless of the hoops they jump through to keep them from cheating. Ooh, child. Tell us how you really feel. What y'all think of that? All right, you guys, that's all I have to say about all of that, honey. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this here video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.